So as you know, we take our player ratings on average and put them into a tier list. And the way it works, I'm just trying to get the thresholds. Give me 1 second. So it's 0 to 4.9 in awful, 5 to 5.9 in not good, 6 to 6.4 in okay, 6.5 to 6.9 in good, 7 to 7.4 in very good, and 7.5 plus in excellent. Obviously, it's not been a very good month for Tottenham Hotspur in this January. How many wins was it in January?
How many wins? Brentford and
Brentford was this February.
Oh yeah, so you got the 2 Europa games and Liverpool.
Tamworth as well.
And Tamworth.
Yeah.
So we won 4 of our 8 games
1,
in January.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games.
Was it 7?
Yeah, because you must be taking into account the Brentford game.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Newcastle.
Was
that not in Jan?
Oh, it was. Yeah, I didn't see that game.
Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle. Yeah, 8 games, 4 wins.
4
no
losses.
wins in the Premier League though.
No, 4 losses in the Premier League. Yeah.
4 losses in the Premier League, 4 wins in Europa League, FA Cup, and Carabao. So yeah, a bit of a mix and match month. We'll see how we go. But who have we got coming up first?
He sent it to us.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Sam.
All right, so up first is Timo Werner.
Oh dear. Timo. He only played against. Well, we gave him ratings for Newcastle, Liverpool in the Cup, and Tam. We haven't seen him since Tamworth. I think he's been injured since then.
So 3 games. He was terrible against Tamworth, I remember. I think he's had a shocking month, so I think he's going to go into awful.
Do you reckon he's actually injured? Do you reckon there's something there?
No, I don't know. Hope so.
Because Tamworth, he was so bad, and he just hasn't been seen since then. He didn't even come off injured. I don't know. Anyway, he is 3.8.
Yeah, awful.
3.8. 3 against Newcastle, 6 in the Cup against Liverpool, and another 3.
3.8 actually might be our lowest rating ever. 3.8.
3.8 is very low. It's very low. He's not been good this month in the games. Obviously, Tamworth was a new low for him, playing up front and just been struggling up front against a non-league side, missing even chances against at that level was a new low. So yeah, awful, straight awful. I think it might be a bit of a brutal month here.
Yeah, as they have been. Next up is Ben Davies. Obviously, he came back from injury against Everton. He's played 90 minutes in Everton, Hoffenheim, Leicester, and Elfsborg. I think. Apart from Everton, he's had a fairly good month, hasn't he?
5.6.
Really? Not good. I thought he would have been better than that.
Well, he did give him 2 7s, but also got a 5 against Leicester and a 4 against Everton.
Maybe that Brentford game is clouding my judgment, because I gave him a 9 against Brentford.
Yeah, if Brentford was included, it would be a bit higher, but because that's out of it, he gets a 5.6, unfortunately, for old Benny. Obviously, the Everton was a bit of a shocker, to be fair. But yeah, it's a bit harsh, but Leicester wasn't great as well, so that's what he gets, 5.6.
Radu Dragusin, he played his part in every game, 90 minutes in every game apart from 45 against Newcastle, 45 against Everton, and 20 against Elfsborg, obviously where he got injured. I think it was a very up and down month from Radu, to be fair. He had some good games, some horrible games. I would say maybe he goes into not good as well.
Yeah, more down than up, unfortunately. 5.2.
Yeah.
But he did get a 9 out of 10 against Liverpool, probably saving him from an awful. So that's why he gets a 5.2. Did get a 2 out of 10 against Everton.
2.
Which was, again, a bit of a shocker. So there you go. Dragusin, 5.2 overall.
Romero didn't play a minute in this month, so he goes into can't judge. Dane Scarlett, first inclusion of a tier list this season. He came on against Elfsborg, got a goal, 25 minutes. He got 12 minutes. 12. Brentford doesn't count. So, I mean, he goes into can't judge, but I just want to give a big up to Dane Scarlett because, he's had a hard loan spell in and out of the team at Oxford. He came back, golden assist against Elfsborg, and really helped us go and win that game.
Definitely. Obviously, maybe the signing of Tell won't probably help him get more minutes, but I think he did himself proud in that Elfsborg game, and maybe we'll see him a bit more until Solanke comes back.
Pape Matar Sarr up next. 62 minutes against Newcastle. suspended against Liverpool, 68 against Tamworth, 45 against Arsenal, 73 against Everton, no minutes against Hoffenheim, 54 against Leicester, and 90 against Elfsborg. I think he's had a pretty poor month, to be honest, and I think he's going to go into awful.
4.3.
Yeah.
And brutal for Pape Sarr. Not a good month at all, as you say. He got a 6 against Newcastle and a 6 against Elfsborg. All the others have been 3s and 4s and 2s. He got a 2 out of 10 against Everton away. So awful for Pape Sarr, unfortunately.
Next up is Jed Spence, 90 minutes from Newcastle to Everton. So Newcastle, Liverpool, Tamworth, Arsenal and Everton. And then he's been injured since then. Came back against Brentford, obviously, which he doesn't get judged on here. But I think he could be our player of the month, to be fair, or definitely close to it. So I'm going to say he goes into maybe good.
6.9.
Yeah, he goes
just
into
about
good.
misses.
Just misses very good.
Well, I gave him a 7 and you gave him a 6.8. So you were too harsh on Jed. Old Jeddy boy.
By 0.1.
0.1.
Wow.
So he goes into good, and I think that's representative. He's had a good month. What let him down was Everton away, got a 6 out of 10. Arsenal away, and Newcastle at home, he struggled a bit in that game as well. The other ones, he got 9s and 7s and 8s. So
very good from Jed Spence. I mean, he's just
unfortunate not to be in very good. Yeah,
he's just been one of the players that have come out of this period with a lot of credit in the bank. Next up is Decky. Decky, bless his soul, Decky. He works so hard for the team, but I feel like his performance level has just been decreasing throughout the season just because of how much we've had to play him, and he's played his part in every game. He had to play half an hour at Tamworth, come on for extra time. He had to play 45 at Elfsborg to come on and help us win that game. Apart from that, he's played 90 minutes in every game. I would say he probably still goes into okay or good.
He goes 5.9.
Really not good. Wow, that's his worst month then, by far.
Yeah, unfortunately. Played a lot, but he never got below really a 5. A few 6s in there, 1 7, 2 7s I can see came on against Hammer scored, but unfortunately just wasn't a great month for Decky. He didn't really. I'm trying to look at the good games he might have had. I think not many, to be honest. I'm looking at the games. They just didn't really have. Even the Liverpool at home, he wasn't great in that game.
He's been knackered. He's been knackered. I keep banging on about it. Like, this guy needs a break. This guy needs a break.
I think a lot of it as well, playing on the right-hand side pretty much the whole month. Not helped.
Well, I think it's also just the energy levels.
That's also not helped.
Next up is Brennan Johnson. Obviously, he's been injured most of the month, but played 90 at Newcastle, 47 at Liverpool, 120 against Tamworth, and 45 against Arsenal. And I think he's been pretty bad in all of them. Scored 1 goal against Tamworth, but I mean, probably goes into awful.
4.4?
Yeah.
4.4. Not
Makes
great.
Sense.
Not great for Brendan. That was the only goal he scored. Then he's now picked up an injury, but he's been very lacklustre, I think, this month, Brendan.
And Dom Solanke's up next, and he's pretty much done the same as Brendan Johnson in terms of minutes. Played 90 against Newcastle, got a goal, 90 against Liverpool, got an assist, 50 against Tamworth, 90 against Arsenal. I think 2 good games, 2 poor games. So I'll probably say maybe he sneaks into good, but probably okay.
5.9.
5.9. Oh, he goes into not good as well.
Just.
Wow.
He got a 7 and an 8 and 2 4s. So it's unfortunate. Tamworth, he came on and just wasn't great. Then Arsenal got bullied a bit and they got injured. So it's unfortunate for him. Maybe a bit harsh, but not good.
We forgot to say Vicario. He goes into can't judge.
Yeah, Vicario's obviously can't judge.
And also Fraser Forster also goes into can't judge.
Correct.
Mickey van der Ven, I mean, he goes into can't judge as well, but he did
play
have
45.
45 against Elfsborg. What did we give him?
8.
An 8.
Yeah. So we both gave him an 8.
He goes into excellent, but I mean, he's played 45 in the Europa League game against Elfsborg. I mean, can you really judge him compared to the rest of the squad on that?
Probably not. It was a great 45 minutes.
It was a great 45 minutes, but yeah, I think we should put him in can't judge.
All right, can't judge.
Next up is Destiny. He goes into can't judge as well.
Yeah.
After that is Pedro Porro. He's played pretty much every minute. Every minute, literally, he's played in in January. And I think there's been some good performances, some poor performances. He's been one of the better performers probably, but I would still say he probably goes into not good.
5.6.
5.6, yeah, not good.
Yeah, he got an 8 against. He got an 8 against Newcastle, an 8 against Liverpool, and then a 5 Tamworth, 4 Arsenal, 2 against Everton, then a 7 against Hoffenheim, 4 against Leicester, and a 7 against Wolfsburg. So he's had some really good games and also some really poor games as well. So that's unfortunate for him. But 5.6, not good.
His recent form is saving him as well, because he's had a couple of good games recently.
Yeah, against Hoffenheim and Wolfsburg.
Next up is... Did we put Destiny? No, Destiny goes into... Next is James Maddison. Maddison was half an hour against Newcastle, suspended against Liverpool, 90 minutes against Tamworth, half a game against Everton, 90 minutes against... Sorry, half a game against Arsenal, 90 minutes against Everton, and 89 minutes against Hoffenheim, which, Hoffenheim, he was man of the match, brilliant performance, goal and assist. Apart from that, has he had other good performances? I don't think so.
Newcastle was decent off the bench, but 5.8.
Yeah, not good.
5.8. It's very bottom heavy, this tier list, isn't it?
This is damning.
5.8.
It's absolutely damning.
Yeah, as you say, Newcastle was all right against Tamworth, half decent. Hoffenheim, brilliant, but really poor against Everton, Arsenal, and didn't give him another rating apart from that.
So next up is Rodrigo. He had 15 minutes against Liverpool, then was injured for 3 games after that. 90 against Hoffenheim, 90 against Leicester, 45 against Elfsborg. And I think he played fairly well in Hoffenheim, Leicester and Elfsborg. So I think he'd probably be one of the higher ones here. I'm going to try and be positive and say he goes into okay.
He 6.5.
Oh, he goes into good.
6.5.
Wow, we got someone into good finally.
Come on, him and Spence together. Which is good stuff. And I think he has had a good month. I think he's one of the few who's consistently kept up some standards this month.
Yeah.
Obviously hasn't been overplayed. He's been injured a lot and hasn't had to play every game. So it's no surprise he's maybe been one of the fresher players.
Sonny next. He's played his part in every game. Half an hour against Newcastle, 70 minutes against Liverpool, half an hour against Tamworth where he got an assist, 78 minutes against Arsenal where he got a goal, 90 minutes against Everton, 80 minutes against Hoffenheim where he got 2 goals, 90 minutes against Leicester, 45 minutes against Elfsborg. Obviously, that Hoffenheim game, the Elfsborg game, he was just unplayable in that first half. Brilliant performance. Good performance against Hoffenheim as well. I'm going to say okay.
6.1.
Yeah, okay.
6.1. 3 goals this month. Definitely the performances later in the month were saved him from maybe not good because the performances before that were a bit lackluster. But I actually think there are signs of Sonny really looking sharp again, especially against Elfsborg, where they just couldn't touch him, it seemed. And that was a really fantastic game. And obviously 2 goals away at Hoffenheim. So let's hope Sonny can continue this form.
Brandon Austin. First time that we're going to put him into a ranking as well. Newcastle and Hoffenheim, and I think he performed really well.
And Elfsborg as well.
And Elfsborg. So I think he performed really well in all those games. So I think he's going to go into either good or very good even.
I think you're right. 7.
Very good.
0.
Don't tell me Brandon Austin is our player of the month.
No spoilers.
Brandon Austin. Unbelievable. Big up to you, Brandon.
Big up, Brandon. Come on. He's had a great month. 8 against Newcastle, 7 against Hoffenheim, and a 6 against Elfsborg. He had very little to do in that game, but it's been really good. It's been good. Can't really complain with Brandon. Every game has come in and done well.
Yeah. And next up is Wilson Odobert. He goes into can't judge. He hasn't played a minute. After that is Ajayi, so he's going to go into can't judge. He did have, I don't know how many minutes it was, like 10 minutes at the end at Elfsborg. Got a goal, brilliant goal. And I give him a lot of credit for it, but unfortunately he doesn't play enough minutes to go into the tier.
Can't judge, unfortunately, but well played to him for getting his first Spurs goal, and deserves a lot of praise for that.
Yves Bissouma up next. Half an hour against Newcastle, 90 Liverpool, 120 against Tamworth, half a game against Arsenal, and then he was injured up until the Elfsborg game where he played 45 minutes. And I actually think he's had a poor game against Arsenal. But apart from that, he was good against Tamworth. He was good against Liverpool, I believe. I can't remember his performance against Newcastle, but he came on against Elfsborg and did well. So maybe he might sneak into good,
6.5.
Yeah, just about sneaks into good.
To be fair, he got a 3 out of 10 against Arsenal, but the others, he got 8 against Liverpool, 7 against Newcastle, 8 against Liverpool, 7 against Tamworth, and a 7 against Elfsborg. So apart from the Arsenal game, maybe that maybe cost him a very good, because he had quite a good month apart from that. So that's a shame, but fair play to Yves, because I think he's actually had a pretty good month.
Yeah, next up is Lucas Bergvall, and he's played a hell of a lot of minutes in this month. So he's played 90 minutes in every game apart from Newcastle, where he played an hour, Tamworth, where he played 53 minutes. He's played 90 minutes in every other game, and I think he's going to go into very good. I'm hoping he's going to go into very good.
6.9.
Just sneaks into good. I mean, I think he should go into very good. 6.9. Just for the sheer effort that he's put in this month as well.
Well, you've given him 4 sixes in a row.
Oh, have I?
So that's probably just because before that you gave him an 8 against Newcastle, a 10 against Liverpool, 7 against Tamworth, and then 8 against Arsenal, and then 6 against Everton, 6 against Hoffenheim, 6 against Leicester, and a 6 against Elfsborg. So that's a shame, but
he has been tiring towards the end of the month.
I think that's also true. So 6.9, but he definitely has been good, and it's been a really good month from him. So really, I think he's really come into his own this month and shown what he's all about. So he's really become. This is the month he became like a proper, player in this squad and a part of the team, I think.
Yeah. Kinsky, first time we're putting him in the tier list as well. Obviously, he came in just after the Newcastle game. He played every game apart from Hoffenheim and Elfsborg, because he's not eligible for the Europa League. I think he'll probably go into good or very good as well.
6.6
to good.
10 against Liverpool, 7 against Tamworth, then a 5 against Arsenal, 7 away at Everton, and a 5 against Leicester. So 2 5s there, unfortunately, for maybe some of the mistakes he's made. But yeah, we're saying Brandon's had a better month.
Yeah, madness. Just probably because of the minutes, to be fair. But Mikey Moore next. Mikey played against Tamworth. He played 70 minutes.
Quite a few, yeah.
Everton, he played 20 minutes. Hoffenheim, 35 minutes. Leicester, 37 minutes. Elfsborg, 90 minutes. Good performance against Elfsborg. A couple of good cameos against Hoffenheim and Everton. I'll probably say maybe sneaks into good, but probably an okay.
6.7.
Oh, yeah, he's on the upper end of good then.
6.7.
Big up to Mikey.
Yeah, really good cameo against Everton. Helped change the game. Got his goal against Elfsborg as well. You gave him an 8 out of 10 for that one. So yeah, didn't get below a 6 actually this month. So pretty good month for Mikey Moore. Good return to action. Richarlison,
he came back to fitness from the Arsenal game. Played the last 15 minutes. 45 against Everton, 56 against Hoffenheim, 54 against Leicester, and 80 minutes against Elfsborg. Don't think his level of performance has been that great, but he has got 2 goals. I'm going to say okay, or maybe even not good.
Yeah, it's a bit harsh, but 5.7.
I don't think it is that harsh. I just don't think he's been that good.
Got a couple of goals. I think Arsenal, he was all right.
I mean,
Everton,
those goals kind of mask over his performance, though. I don't think his performance has been that good.
But we've needed it. We've needed those goals,
100%.
He's added a bit to the front line.
But this is a performance tier list, and he hasn't performed that well.
There you go, 5.7.
And last but not least,
so not good,
is Archie Gray. Archie Gray has played like every minute, hasn't he? Where is Archie on my list here? Archie Gray. Yeah, he's played every single minute of this month. Just churning out 90 minutes after 90 minutes, even 120 minutes in there. Surely he goes into very good.
6.4.
Oh, really? He goes into okay. That is doing him a disservice. We've done Archie Gray a proper disservice here.
Well, he got a 3 out of 10 against Everton, which is fair. But the other ones, to be fair, he got a 9 against Liverpool, 7 against Newcastle, 6 against Tamworth, 7 against Arsenal, 7 against Hoffenheim, 6 against Leicester, and a 7 against Elfsborg. So that 3 out of 10 really hurting him, unfortunately, Archie. Sorry about that. But that 3 against Everton cost you probably a good, I would say. Yeah. He only missed a good by 0.1. So he only goes into okay, which, I think is harsh.
All right, we've got one more actually, is Sergio Reguilon.
Yeah,
sometimes he is the forgotten man at Tottenham Hotspur. But Sergio Reguilon, how many games did he play this month?
3.
3. Which games were that?
Newcastle.
Leicester, and Tamworth. Yeah, I'll probably say he goes into okay.
6.2.
6.2. Yeah, okay.
6.2. There you go.
So there you have it. That is your performance tier list for the month of January. Brandon Austin is your player of the month.
Incredible.
So big up to you, Brandon. And I think this is very telling, right? Because last few months, Fraser Forster and Brandon Austin have been our player of the month.
And before that, it was Van
Mickey
der Ven. Every month. Did Spence win it one month? I can't remember. But maybe it was up there. But yeah, I think that probably goes to show where we're at as a team in the moment. And you can see the tier list, look how many are in not good and awful. And even Khan Judge as well tells its story as well. So that's just the reality. But but big up to the players in good. Mikey Moore, Kinsky, Bergvall, Bentancur, Spence and Bissouma.
Yeah,
big
they're
up to
our
them.
best players. And I think Archie Gray is a bit harsh to go into okay, to be fair. I think
he should at least be in good.
I think we should bump up Archie Gray one to good.
Yeah, him being on the same level as Regulon is a bit criminal.
Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah, not goods and awfuls. So who's awfuls? Brennan, Werner and Sarr.
Yeah, it makes sense, to be honest, because
It's
neither of them have been good. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a fair list. I do think it's a fair list and quite representative of how they've been this month.
So how many players are not good and awful? There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 players in this month have either been not good or awful.
Let's hope in a month's time, then we'll be very top heavy with some big games coming up.
More players in not good and awful than okay and good.
Yeah. Well, that is it. That is it from us today. That is your January review, January tier list.